So today we're potting up some what's going to be understock for our grafts, and these are mostly plugs here, and we're going to put them in these 2.5 inch square band pots. There's 36 to a tray, and then fill them up with a bark media that these will grow in. It has a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of lime in there, pretty much straight bark other than that. And then we'll take you over to the potting bench, and we'll show you what we're doing over there, and then into the greenhouse with some of the finished product. So as soon as these are filled up, we're going to, with these band pots, we're going to fill it up with that bark that's on the ground. I think we have enough to finish this off. Let me gather it up a little bit. Let the old man show you how it's done. Okay, you want to get that one kind of smoothed out, Carter. And in just a minute, we're going to bring another load of bark over. We'll get some fertilizer incorporated into it, and a little bit of lime, and show you how that's done as well. So we just added fertilizer and lime into this bark, and the lime will raise the pH up to a more neutral pH level, and it'll help the fertilizer to work much better. So we incorporate it in so that it's near the roots, and these are in these little band pots that will keep the roots in contact with the fertilizer and help them to grow faster. So in front of me is a tray that's just been potted up. This is lodgepole pine. I don't know if I'll graft on that this year, but we're doing eastern white pine. We've got some spruces, Norway spruces, that we'll be doing next. This will be the Norway spruce, a little bit different in that these will be bare root, and we'll get them as quickly as we can so they don't dry out. And they'll go into the same size band pot as these pines here. So to give you a little bit of an idea what the plug looks like, there's different size plugs that I can get from the grower, and here's a plug that's about 3 inches long. We create a little hole down in, well, here's this one. It doesn't have anything, so I'm going to create a little hole here, and then I have a little tool to do that with, but I'm going to do it with my finger, pack it down in there so the air is out of there. Just like anytime you plant something, give it a little pressure to get the air out of whatever soil. And this is a soil media. It's bark, but it also, when you're planting in your yard, the same thing. So I packed that down. Important to keep these watered. Fertilizer's already in there. They'll take off, and they'll be, pretty good size here by the end of the summer. Next, we're going to go into the greenhouse, and I'll show you the trays that we just finished. Hudson's taking some trays into the greenhouse. We're going to step inside there and show you what we've got. So, putting these trays on the ground, we've got the lodgepole pines here. The eastern white pines are right next to it. Got some Douglas firs over here on the other side. Some giant sequoias right here. And then the Norway spruce will be potting up next, and they'll also go in here. We're planning on grafting between 1,500 and 2,000 next year, which is not a lot, but we're just a small family nursery, so that's the goal that we're setting for next year. This year we did 800, so it'll be an increase of what we did last year. So I've got my grandsons and my son working with me today, and my producer director Jesse right behind the camera. So a couple days ago, when I was picking up the plugs that we just saw and for the understock we'll be doing, and we were potting those up, I also picked up some more mature plants along with some 1 gallon material. So we'll kind of look at what I've got here. So Pinus aristata, the bristlecone pine, these were select seedlings. I'm going to start cleaning them up. Bonsai people may be interested in them. They have some nice what they call movement, the curvature of the trunk. And bristlecone pines also bud back, meaning that they'll put buds way back inside here. So that's something that the bonsai folks like quite a bit. Things like I'm pointing to right here. I have 10 or 11 of these. They're older and pretty nice. And even if they weren't used for bonsai, they would be a very nice plant to use in the landscape as well. In front of it is a Dawn Redwood, and Dawn Redwood is Metasequoia glyptostroboides. This one is called Miss Grace, and it's just starting the needles. It's a conifer that loses its needles, so this one is just starting to leaf out, or the needles are coming out. The habit on this one is upright, but the branches weep down. They can make a very nice bonsai as well. There's certain characteristics that bonsai people look for in these trees, but just as an unusual tree in a landscape that's nice, or possibly a bonsai. Another really nice tree, I'll pick up one of them. We've got several on the ground. It's a Bosnian pine. We used to call them leucodermis in the Latin name of them, but now they've changed that name. I'll have to remember what it is. This one still says leucodermis on it, but anyway, Bosnian pine. It has a cultivar name of Schmidtii. It's nice dark green. This plant probably is 12 to 15 years old at least, in a 3-gallon pot. Nice sized trunk here, and a beautiful plant in the landscape, just nice and dense dark green. You could have several grouped together, or a standalone plant. Really a very nice plant. In front of me are some Norway spruces, a weeping variety. This one's called Gold Drift. It was Bob Fincham worked with pollinating these and working with different golds, and came up with this particular one. It's a very nice gold one with a weeping habit. You can stake them for an upright, and then the branches will fall down, or just let them sprawl. They would be nice around a water feature, just as a nice plant in the landscape. So here's a type of Hinoki cypress. It's called Hage, and that's H-A-G-E. Very dwarf, almost miniature. I've got to look and see. I don't think it's considered miniature, but it might be. And I just have the one right now, but we'll have quite a few of them at the nursery here pretty soon. So it's an old specimen, and this one, Hinokis, you can do a little shearing, which you don't want to do with a lot of conifers, but the shearing will make them tighter, and you can kind of highlight the form of the plant. So a very nice plant, older plant, probably again 15-20 years old, something along that line. So I've got a Cedrus Deodora in my hand. It's a prostrate beauty, and it's a nice older one in a 3-gallon pot, and I'm going to be upsizing it soon. But nice low growing plant that would be very nice in the landscape. It could be near a water feature or rock garden, be an excellent choice, or just along with your other plants. So I've got a number of those down here. It's a Japanese white pine. Pine is part of a flora. Azumu Goyo is the name of this one. It'll grow upright, but this one's been, the top has been sheared or pruned to keep it more dense and mounded. So it could be let go, and it'll grow upright a little bit, but it looks really nice and full the way it is. So I like the way this one's been taken care of. Again, an older plant that's in a 5-gallon size. So I'm standing next to some 1 gallon and material, mostly pines here, different ones. There's some Mugo pines. There's mostly miniatures or very small dwarfs. Just a whole mix of different ones. And Jesse and I were going through these just yesterday, getting them posted to our website. So we're still working on it. It'll take a few weeks, probably a little bit of time to get them posted on the website, but they're all going up there. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more YouTube videos that'll be coming up on a regular basis. Again, that's Gil McNeal from Burkland Gardens. We'll see you soon.